All right then. Well, let's kick into it. I believe that where we last left our heroes was you had managed to successfully harangue a nobleman and his household to the point that he died, and you were able to abscond with a an unusual looking black orb. That
Make it sound like it was our fault.
We
who
were helping.
has the black orb in their possession out of interest?
I believe that's in my backpack.
Excellent. Let's make
And
it
Pack mule.
wasn't there something else that went in there? Oh, his clock thing. What was that called again?
the oath cog.
Oathcog. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Out of curiosity, like, is that something that's unique or that you can use after that? Like, I assume that like Kangoro, who's been on the planet for a while, might know. Like, what's the repercussions of stealing somebody's oathcog? Can you just go to a bank and go, "Well, I lost it. Can I have another one?"
Oh, look, you could fence it for favors and other stuff like that. But I mean, it's sort of like using a credit card. Sort of like using a credit card. They're like, wait a minute, your name's not Mary Johnson.
Yeah, you could use it to steal someone's identity. Basically, you couldn't easily use it to obtain goods or services or outright funds, but certainly you could use it to try and claim you're another person and use that as proof that you are that person as such.
So I can't just I can't just rip cogs off it and stick it on mine and say, "Haha."
No, it needs to actually. That's all maintained by a guild who actually look after the oath cogs. So, say for example, a family trades the services of a line of servants to another family. They'll usually take in their respective cogs, and the guild will go through the process of adjusting the mechanisms in each one to represent the new links that have been formed.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a biggish deal.
And is there any line left? Like any sires left to this line?
As far as you know, not directly. He has no sons, for example, but it's pretty easy to find out that he probably has, for example, cousins. The name itself will continue. There will still be a House Gul'jan, but it won't be through him.
Okay, so there'll be a lot of working out
Be right back.
who's
Stealing a little money in the background.
So there's going to be a period of them trying to work out who's going to get what sort of thing.
Yeah, that's right. There'll probably be some infighting, maybe some backstabbing, maybe some deaths. They'll sort it out in the end.
Maybe us returning it for some favors with the new sign, because whoever finders keepers.
Yeah.
It's possession is 9/10 of the law. I must be the scion because I hold the oath cog.
Well, if you want to try and pursue that angle, I'm not going to stop you. You can live and die by the results of that as you wish.
I don't know.
Oh dear.
I don't know. That's all right. That's all right.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, exactly. This could be more trouble than it's worth. I think we just give it to old mate. You deal with that problem.
Alright, so let's put us back to the audio for that. Well, I think we can dump the upper hive audio. I think we'll head straight to. Are you guys content that your next lead appears to be a location by the name of the Screaming Wheel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. That there is a
Good.
the Pale Children. The Screaming Wheel was the reference
clue we had.
The clue, yes. And
So we just finished talking to the
manservant.
No, we just finished
No,
talking to the police.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that's right,
our
to
good
the
friend.
Yep, to the sanctuaries.
Sanctuary.
Yep, and we just the not very good Politico decided to just tell them everything will be fine, and we walked out.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's fine. Just you should deal with that. All right, see you later. Bye.
Calm reassurance.
Yeah. All right. So that was Lothus Prenter, and we found out that we should be investigating the Galloway as well. That's also another supposed hub of the faceless trade.
Yeah, I believe you also had a name of another sanctuary down there who may be able to assist you further when you eventually go to the Gallus Way.
Yes, we do. I asked that
Captain
question.
Nils.
I believe so. I haven't got that particular note in front of me, but that sounds about right.
Sure, let's go with that.
Yep.
Sounds good to me. There's only a recording of what we actually said.
Quite true. Alright, so the Screaming Wheel, as far as you can tell, is in a part of the hive known as Desoleum City. So, I mean, the whole thing is obviously Desoleum Hive, but the mid-hive, where everything actually happens, is pretty much regarded as Desoleum City. So, the Screaming Wheel is at the lower part of that area, so getting towards the lower mid-hive. It's still a place that you can come and go to legally without any real concerns. That being said, it's mainly manufactorums, choked with smog, lower base workers. If you were the sort of person who lived in the main hive and wanted to do illicit business, this is the sort of area you would normally go to. If you didn't want to actually head all the way down into the underhive, which of course has its own dangers as well. So you guys taking your auto carriage back to the large elevator platform, and once again you book your way in. But that being said, the elevator will normally stop more in the upper hive. So it's like imagine like a traffic light system where there's priority given to the more important vehicles. So if there's a call for elevator up in the main hive, even if it's to move one person, that will take precedence over 30 people wanting to use a lift in the lower hive, basically. So calling it from the nicer areas certainly gets you a lot faster service. In fact, they even give you some food for the ride. It's not particularly exceptional food, but it's it will help pass the time as the elevator makes its sort of long, grinding descent down into the lower parts of the hive. But it's almost like a travel service, you could say. Once again, they do just take a cursory look at your oath cogs to make sure that everything appears to be in order. I'm assuming that you show your own. No one pulls out.
Yeah, no, we just use our own. Well, I use my own anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stays in the bag.
Out of interest, was anyone injured? I don't think anyone injured from the last because it wasn't really a combat, was it? You were all healthy and safe.
No, there was any fatigue or anything like that. No.
Rest of sound mind and body. So the journey down takes several hours, and in fact, once you reach the mid-hive, you can't ride this same main platform down into the lower part of the mid-hive. You've actually got to change platforms a couple of times. You sort of move on to ones that are more designed for bulk industrial moving, so heavy crates, lifter platforms as such. It's a lot dirtier, a lot noisier. There's grease on everything, and tech priests and their servitors going about maintaining the ancient technology that actually allows this thing to somehow move its way through the center spire of the hive. But finally, after a sort of unpleasant... I mean, does anyone rest on the way? Or is everyone remaining in a cat-like state of readiness?
Goro is probably going to try and grab a bit of a nap while he's on the elevator.
Yep.
No, I'll stay awake.
So this... Okay, sorry. This
I'll stay.
So we're going actually down to the underhive now to
This isn't the
people?
underhive, this is the
correct?
lower mid-hive. So it's still
Okay, yeah, so
legitimate.
we are... Yeah, are we going to jump off to dump this stuff to our handler?
You want to live with Cursed?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, I don't think we should probably lug it around with us. I don't know.
Yeah. Sorry. I must have missed where we were going, but yeah, I think it's probably a good idea to get rid of such a dangerous object.
But we might be able to use it to actually, wave it in someone's face and say, "Hey, we've got this. Take us to the company," sort of thing.
Goro snaps out of his slumber and says, "No, we should hold on to this."
All right, we'll roll with this.
Alright.
Yep.
Yeah.
So those of you that choose to push on and stay awake the whole time without a rest will take a point of fatigue.
Yeah, my character is lazy. He'll rest.
The nobility rests.
Nobility rests.
Alright.
Soft. No, I'm not going to rest.
Alright. So, as promised, the elevator... sorry, is Harris still with us? You seem to have gone off my screen.
Looks like he's dropped off.
His name's still there, but yeah.
Alright, let's give him a sec to see if he recovers.
Yeah. Well, I guess while we're sort of around the driving around,
Yep.
would it be possible for me to see if I can like grab like a couple of stummers and some other stuff as well?
Yeah, no worries. So, allow me to refer to the Book of Power. Alright, stunner is...
My my computer's been acting up a bit, so it just shut down there. So if I flip out, just know I'll come right back.
Yep, no worries. You did disappear there, but you're back now. Fantastic. So, a stummer is an average test. So, how many are you after?
I was just going to grab 2.
Alright, no worries.
And would I be able to grab some like filtration plugs and maybe a smoke grenade as well?
Okay, we'll do this as a kit. We'll use this as though it's a single multi acquisition. So, filtration plugs. I'm going to say filtration plugs are just readily something you don't really need to. They're common, so that's.
Yeah.
And a smoke grenade might be the only one that's a little bit more difficult to get your hands on. So, grenades. Smoke grenade is common as well. So the lowest there is average. Plus 2 shifts for the extra gear. Do you want to acquire them all individually? Make 3 separate rolls? It's probably going to be the better way to go.
Yeah, sure, I can do that.
Alright, so a couple of smoke grenades is going to be a... thanks Harris for the update I did here before. So it's going to be a minus 10 influence test to get yourself a couple of
Okay, so
stummers.
alright, so minus 10 for...
That's going to know. It's going to be just a straight roll for the to get a few filtration plugs and smoke grenades.
Nope. Yes.
Yes. So.
Alright, got filtration plugs. Or was that the smoke grenade?
Yeah, that's it. Nothing like having a smoke grenade and no gas mask.
That's okay. I'll hold my breath.
It's more a visual obscure anyway, rather than a gas grenade as such. Alright, so Harris, you may have missed out. You guys have head down to the lower part of the mid-hive, and the agreement was that everyone would hang on to, or we hang on to the orb, just in case it was somehow became useful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Just
go ahead,
oh, so I was just wondering if I could get in on that rolling. Am I able to possibly roll for a grapnel?
For what? Sorry,
A grapnel in line?
yeah, no worries.
It is. I'm just looking now. It's common availability.
Okay, so that's plus 10.
Okay.
So
it's just influence plus 10.
that's right. Yep.
Cool. Sort of.
That looks like a no.
Nope. Oh well.
You guys
It's
need
like
to
the,
prove your worth more.
black market's not doing so good.
I think you insulted someone.
Apparently.
The
They thought I wanted it for other things.
question was asked for as well was, are you resting on the way down to the mid-hive? It's a several-hour journey, and it is now in the sort of early hours of the morning.
Is anyone else keeping watch?
So far, Lucius has agreed to, well, he's not so much agreed to, he is soldiering on, staying awake the whole time.
I will trust in my brother Lucius to watch over us, and I'm going to take a nap.
No worries.
So Lucius has got the first shift.
I mean, it's
The
only
first
like
to
5
die.
hours, so if you guys are breaking into shifts, it's probably not going to be very restful anyway, because it'll only be a 2.5 hour rest. Oh, getting some feedback. Sorry, Cameron, are you using headset or speakers?
No, I'm using a headset.
Okay, I just got some feedback there a second. Never mind. Alright, so, the lower mid-hive, once you actually make your way off the elevation platform, is quite large. Like, effectively, the interior area is probably about 9 to 10 stories tall. So, although you've got multi-story buildings, large manufactorums, and along with the sort of dirty roadways that run between the buildings, which are pretty much choked with human filth and manufacturing rubbish, there's also a large number of swaying catwalks that basically connect between buildings. This whole level has in itself multiple levels of living as well. So there are literally old containers hanging, like manufacturing containers hanging from chains from the ceiling, which are being converted into housing or other sort of places of business. It's a hive of activity down here, figure the pun. Despite the sort of early hour, there's no day-night cycle this far down, so people just work at whatever times they can, and the manufacturers keep churning out materials and smog the whole way through. So visibility is okay, but it sort of gets a bit hazy more than about sort of 30, 40 metres out as well because of the sort of smog hanging in the air. It's unpleasant, but still survivable anyway, so at least you can assume that by the people that live down here. So, over to you guys.
Can I make an underworld test to find out, see if I can find out where the screaming wheel is?
Yeah, no worries, give me a roll.
What's that?
Yep.
So,
That looks good.
Nice.
alright. Here we go. Alrighty then. So, what do I get?
Okay, so it's one of the hanging buildings, although it is actually a building rather than just a piece of old technology. Probably it's about an hour in. There are a couple of ways into it. It does have a main entrance which sort of leads in from the more readily accessible catwalks. There is sort of like I guess what you could call like a smuggler's entrance through the back as well, where you can sort of drop down onto the roof from a sort of rope ladder from a higher platform and make your way through a smuggler's entrance into the back of the club. I mean, think of it like a bar basically. But for those people that want to do more illicit business, that way is available too.
Okay, right. And we found out about Edric. Somebody said something about Edric in the last session.
Yes, Edric was one of the names you were given.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I guess I've put it to the group. I've put to the group my findings. That there's a couple of different ways in. I'm sure that we could easily pose as clientele. I think my armored body glove has seen better days, so we wouldn't look too out of place.
I think I might seem a bit out of place, just looking down at my my carapace armor.
I would think that it's a good thing I didn't clean my jacket, or I would look out of place. So I think it looked more like I could pass for a down on my luck, like higher noble, I suppose, or something like that. Somebody with who had a bit of rank and now no longer does.
Mike, you're wearing chainmail, I believe.
Yeah, I'm wearing chainmail with some rough robes over the top. I don't know, probably looks a little bit out of place.
Mike, give me a +10 high gothic roll.
Ooh, it's 10 high gothic. Let's see.
I don't think I rolled that very often in my career in Dark Heresy, to be honest.
No, okay, you missed the clue.
Are there, like, at this level, do people still have oath cods on?
Yes, but they're much smaller. Some of them here are the size of wristwatches, and they pretty much just say that this person works for this company, and that's it. Because the only worth they have is what that factory will supply them with, basically.
Rightio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
All
pretty
right,
much. Oathcogs
shall...
go the whole way down to the under hive. Pretty much are where the oathless go, but otherwise it's here they would have oathcogs still, just small ones.
Well, shall some of us go in the front and then the others keep watch unless our good friend Edric decides to make a run for it?
Well, look, I can take up a post and watch from the outside, or you said there was a roof entrance?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, I don't climb.
Yeah.
How difficult would it be for, we're currently below the roof entrance. Where's our catwalk now? Would we be able to climb down, or would we have to climb up?
So you're sort of on the floor level as such. So you come out of the lift onto the base part, which has said that the roof of this level extends about 10 levels up. So right now you are, when you reach the screen wheel, you'll be below it unless you make your way up higher now.
And would that be like a sheer surface, or are there stairs, or?
There's stairs, ladders everywhere. You're not sure exactly how structurally sound a lot of them are, but there's certainly there's climbing points all over the place. I mean, people live in this environment, so it is as safe as anything becomes in the 40k universe.
I guess I'd just like to have a quick look over the Screaming Wheel and see if it's tactically sound. I mean, if it's completely walled off and there's no windows or no vantage points that might present themselves, I'll probably just go with the group in the front. But if there's something that I can do from afar, that's probably my preference.
Alright, no worries. So, we'll assume you guys basically take the auto... I mean, the auto carriage will only go on the ground level. You can't get up into the catwalk, so you'll have to make your way as far along as you can on the ground level, which is still difficult because you've got to sort of push your way through refuse and beggars, anything else that might sort of get in your way. But after a bit of soldiering on, you sort of spot the screen wheel up ahead. It's large, probably about... I would say 30-40 meters across, probably about, it's sort of vaguely rectangular shaped. It's sort of suspended in the air, not only by poles from above, but it's also staunched off the ground by large pillars. It's about 4 stories up off the floor of the mid-hive. So there is a well-maintained gantry which leads from a nearby network of causeways onto the actual front entrance, which is a large double sort of wooden reinforced door. It doesn't have any actual sort of windows except for a few sort of slits that are about 2 meters off its own ground, which just let a bit of ambient light in and probably ambient heat out. But otherwise,
How good a shot are you?
Sorry?
I said, how good a shot are you, Harris?
Well, Harris is a terrible shot. Darius, on the other hand, Darius isn't a bad shot, but it doesn't sound like this is going to be possible. Like what I had in mind. So, yeah.
You wouldn't think. I mean, Darius is sort of trained enough in these sort of environments to know that you wouldn't be able to get a good shot on anyone inside from outside. About the best you could do would be cover anyone that tries to leave through the entrance.
Which is an option if that's what you want me to do.
No, I think you'll be more use coming in with us.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Maybe you can peel off and take an Overwatch position.
I'll hang out by the bar. Don't mind the gun, guys. Just hanging out.
I didn't like to point my gun.
Quite a few armed people down here as well.
He doesn't like you.
He doesn't like you either.
There are a lot of armed people down here. You know, your gun probably is a bit different from the standard fare of this place, but yeah, there are certainly. Yep, Harris has dropped off again. But that's fine.
No, I'm here.
Have you? Okay. Just a bit off my
It's
screen.
gone invisible.
Yeah. Gone invisible on me as well.
Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you flicking.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Roll 20 is throw another shoe. That's right. We'll just soldier on.
I'm here. Trust me.
Yes. All right. So, what's your plan of entry?
I'm going to use the front door.
I look to the rogue trader, and or the would-be rogue trader. So I trust you have a good cover for why we're going in.
Well, I don't think a rogue trader would be down here, so not that one. But
I should just say you're a friend of our poor deceased Gulian.
Yeah. Gulia, we saw something of his, and he mentioned where
We
he got it
also
from, and
wanted
we've
to-
come down here.
yeah, we okay, rightio. So we could say that we'd opened up negotiations to acquire a unique item, but
Yeah.
unfortunately he's passed before. But he mentioned this location. So
I don't think we should
I,
mention that he's no longer with us.
Oh, okay. Well, he directed us this way then. How about that?
He directed us this way. Yeah, I think that works.
It's not lying.
It's
It's not just not telling the whole truth.
Yeah, no, sweet, that's fine. And we're going to see the same guy that he mentioned in the diary.
Edric.
Edric. Okay. I'm not particularly social, so Kangoro, perhaps you can be the mouthpiece, and I'll just interject and add authority.
I will do whatever the master bids me to.
Okay.
Excellent.
Let's give it a go.
Can I use any because I know that it's not exactly what it's there for, but I mean I've got the contact network and everything. Can I sort of fluff wise use that to sort of arrange for an introduction with our friend Edric?
Give me a influence test at +10.
Please. Nice.
Okay, so your network comes back to you and says, "Look, this guy Edric, he's actually a noble, a hive-born noble, or high spy-born noble. But I think he's actually fallen on some harder times, and now he and his friends spend more time down here in the mid-hive than anywhere else. I would certainly avoid addressing him by that name down here. He goes by the nom de plume of Skinner. Member of a gang that call themselves the Baby Faces. They're pretty bad news, mostly made up of rich kids who have annoyed their noble parents to the point they've been at least temporarily banished. He comes from the Haverfast noble family line, but he is on, as I said before, poor terms. That being said, this isn't the sort of guy you really get an introduction to. He's a thug. You know, he moves goods, probably he moves goods for the sort of people you get introduced to, basically. He's the sort of person you go to for an introduction. Yeah, I don't really have any way to introduce you rather than give you, or I can really just give you the information. He is a violent type as well. He fell out of favour with his family because he actually murdered his older brother.
Yeah, they'd do it.
Yeah.
Someone important.
Yes, yeah. The baby faces themselves are pretty much, bored rich kids who come down here to enact violence on people that can't defend themselves.
Okay.
But he hangs out at the Screaming Wheel fairly regularly.
Yes, this is the best place to find him.
All right. Well, looks like we're going in. Boys, keep your hands on your hammers.
Okay.
You can spot the baby faces by the fact they usually wear ornate masks.
Ooh, really?
Yes.
Ah, interesting.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So
Let's head
everyone's
on
going in the front door. Yes.
Yes.
To the pub.
I am.
So,
I hope there's some pub band playing in the background.
Not cantina music.
A more wretched hive of scum and villainy you will never find.
okay, so see if you can center this up on your screen for the moment.
Cool.
So you all enter through the main entrance of the Screaming Wheel. which is thank you for shifting us around. I'll just explain this first.
Sorry.
No worries. So, despite the way it looks here, the
Stop
place
that.
is actually quite well occupied. Basically, every table has people sitting at it. The table over here. So, what's the command to trigger a map? It's ping again. Harris kept doing it
You
before.
just hold
just
down
hold
the.
the
There
left
we go.
mouse button.
Okay, so this table over here. This one with the purple. There we go.
Lovely.
So there are actually 4 people around the table, despite the appearance. So, but that being said, the 3 I've marked here all have ornate face masks on. So a mixture of things from like a standard masquerade style mask, which just covers the eyes and nose, to more sort of elaborate designs, almost like porcelain helmets. There is in the chair sitting here, it appears to be like a perfunctory, low-level worker who looks very nervous to be sitting where he is. The others at the table look to be quite amused at the current situation. There's a bartender behind the bar. No music playing, unfortunately. It's just the sort of the noise of people talking and drinking as well. So, I guess the question is, do you guys want to sort of move to anywhere in particular while they are otherwise occupied?
I'm gonna quickly grab the guys and just motion them to look inside my jacket. And inside the jacket, I pull out a respirator that's been ornately made up into the muzzle and face of a wolf. It's quite realistic and has like, you can see it's got like ruby eyes and it like snarling, and yeah. So I'm just gonna look at that and look at you guys.
A little ostentatious, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I'm throwing it out there. I mean, we could go
You've got an instinct. I say go with it.
like these are.
You kind of kid. You are full of surprises.
So, I mean, like these are like my thought trail here is that these are like rough and tumble dudes who probably only deal with fleeting enjoyments of drugs and violence and stuff like that. Rather than going in here softly and having them think they can push us around or that we're an easy mark, perhaps we should go in a little bit heavier, and perhaps I should maybe ostentatiously use some pyrotechnics or psychic power or something like that to grab their attention and just demand some respect. I know this is going balls to the wall, but
I'm not so keen on this plan.
That's the priest.
I'm just throwing it out there. It's a
Kangoro.
great plan.
Kangoro says, "I have a hallucinogen grenade if anyone's interested."
What you do in your free time is your business, Kangoro. Right now, we've got a job to do.
I will point out, by the way, you guys can't see the rooftop entrance from here, but based on where you saw the ladder dropping down before, you'd assume it's through this door up here.
Okay.
So there's a door
I'm
at
happy
ground
to head over to the bar and just observe them for a little bit and see what's going on.
Okay, alright. So you can move your own figures, by the way.
Okay. Well, I also think that's a good idea for now, and see what they do to this guy.
I'd like to hover my character. We all have comm beats, don't we?
Microbeads,
Nope.
I believe. Well, I think that, did we say that Curse gave you microbeads?
I thought he did.
He
but
did.
Maybe.
He gave you microbeads, but you still can't. They won't go through the hive levels though, so you have to actually contact him directly.
Their line of sight, more or less.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant microbeats to talk with the rest of the team.
Yeah.
Like
you
if I
can
move.
certainly talk with each other.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Cool.
Whoa.
Well, you're
rushes
fast.
across the bar.
Well.
At this point in time, you guys are all suddenly alerted by a gunshot. The person sitting in the chair opposite, so it appears to have come from this individual here in the corner, in the top left. And the guy sitting in the chair sort of collapses back grasping what's left of his knee joint. Basically, it's been completely decimated. Basically, there's no way this person's leg will ever be kept. But he's lying on the ground screaming, while the three of the guys there are all laughing.
They just kneecapped him.
Yes. Well, just one kneecap.
What did I say about violent?
Well, it's boys having a good time. Boys will be boys.
I coolly call over the bartender if there is one and try to order a drink.
Okay, no worries. He sort of approaches you. What would you like?
I just push forward my my oath cog and I ask for the cheapest amasec they have.
Alright. He fetches a relatively dirty bottle off a shelf and pours into a relatively dirty glass. And just acknowledges that your oath cog covers the cost of that.
Cool.
This guy here moves over to the guy and pulls out a dagger, or actually, it's more like a sword, I should say. And it's actually quite nicely made, like the sort of sword that a nobleman would have. And he proceeds to stab the guy multiple times in the guts. Like, not immediately fatal wounds. Like, he's pretty much disemboweling the guy and leaving him there to bleed.
Can I do like a? Can I do an awareness test to like see what if anybody's actually sort of giving these guys a wide berth or anything like that?
Yeah, give me
Wide berth. I'd leave the bar.
Let's see. I'd be saying probably.
Softly with disemboweling and you're running away.
I'd be saying a scrutiny check. Scrutiny check at plus 20.
Maybe.
So Cam might get in on that.
Scrutiny, I do. No, I don't. No,
I might get
do.
in on that as well if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Plus what?
Plus 20.
Oh, Jesus.
Alright, so Mike, you would say that, I mean, people aren't reacting, but your guess would be that they're not reacting because reacting will only draw the attention of these guys to them. Everybody's clearly uncomfortable, but they're trying their hardest to ignore what's going on. These guys just appeared. I mean, probably they had no business with this guy anyway. They probably just dragged the first person they saw and told him to sit down, and now they've started to. Well, they're basically this guy will bleed to death in short order. The guy who stabbed him goes and sits back down. They continue laughing about how funny this is.
Is with the guy in the corner who shot him initially? Does he appear to be the leader of this?
The others certainly pay him a degree of deference, as much as you can tell with rich, violent kids. His mask actually has he wears almost like a full face mask that has like eye holes and a mouth for him, but also has a sort of a made-up one either side of his face as well. So it's almost like a three-face mask, looking off at 30 degrees to each side.
Okay. I will grab a drink as well from the bartender.
Okay.
So, and
is there any open flame?
Is there any? Yes, there are. This place is predominantly candlelit. There are a couple of flickering globes in the roof, but predominantly it's candlelit.
Okay. Well, I guess I turn to Volkov. So, how shall we do this then?
Well,
I assume that it is Volkov that's next to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
head back over to the table with my drink.
Yep.
Well, I mean, they're gonna finish with this guy, I say, fairly shortly. This guy's gonna die fairly shortly, and maybe that'll give us an opening to I mean, like, we could wait for them to leave and try and jump them on the way out, or do you want to try and confront
I'm pretty
them
sure
here?
it'd be easier in here.
Yeah.
Much harder
Have
for
you
them
got
to
your
run
mask?
away.
Pardon?
Have you got your mask?
I've got it in my jacket.
I'm keeping an eye on the doorway to the rooftop.
What was that last one? Sorry, Harris?
Oh, I was just saying I'm keeping my eye on the doorway to the rooftop.
So
Door's
what did you say?
currently
Ghost?
closed.
Are you going to put the mask on?
No, I wouldn't do that. I don't think. Although, I mean, I already look like a downtrodden noble. Like, my jacket's not being washed, and it's you know it's got quality, but it's obviously had some years of wear in it or whatever.
Those of you that don't, give me a common law war roll.
That's me. Yes.
I don't have that.
No.
Well, you can roll common law untrained now, can't you? Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
I think so, yeah.
Just minus 20 then. It'll be a flat roll otherwise.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Alright. The shot came from an auto pistol, but based upon the damage that's been done to the guy's leg, they're obviously using some sort of special ammunition.
Oh, like.
I
Okay.
I relay that. I say, look out, our friends like to play with special bullets.
Okay, I'm gonna make myself comfortable at the table by essentially just putting my shotgun on the table so it's not poking me in the back and it's in easy reach.
Okay.
Well, while Darius and Lucius are sort of flanking here and here, I say we go up and make ourselves known.
Alright, let's do this.
Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy, that's exactly how I feel.
Alright, as you're approaching, this guy actually stands up as well. And he's calling out to the bartender to have someone come and clean up this mess.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk up, and this guy who's obviously bleeding in the chair or whatever, I'm just going to use my boot to kick the chair over, so that he and the chair tumble out of the way.
Yep.
And I'm gonna turn around and grab the chair behind, which is here, and drag it back up and sit in the chair.
Okay. You seem to have attracted their attention. So, did you say you were doing it
Really?
with the mask at all, or not?
I'm then going to pull out the mask. Like, so once I've sat down, and I'm not even going to acknowledge him at this point, I'm just going to, just vague stare out. So once I know that I've had a dramatic pause for them to all turn, I'm going to pull my hand into my jacket and hold, because I'm sure they're going to twig.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to slowly pull. I'm slowly going to pull out, and I'm going to. So once I put my hand inside the jacket, I'm going to eyeball the leader.
Yep.
And I'm going to slowly pull out the mask, and then place it on the table in front of me,
Alright.
and then slide my hand back.
He watches you warily, like you do when you first. And he doesn't go for his gun, but he has what appears to be it may even be a power weapon hanging at his belt as well. But he doesn't actually draw it. But you can sort of see the telltale lines and wiring that would make up a power weapon. When you sort of stop, he actually moves back to his chair as well. Interesting way to make an introduction. What's with the mask?
Gentlemen, this is my master, the Bulk.
I'm going to continue staying silent as keep eyeballing the main guy.
The name Skinner. You're
Skinner.
looking for something or someone?
Well, as it happens, my good friend, we were looking for you.
He sort of exchanges a couple of furtive glances with the two either side. Looking for me,
nothing.
Why?
Nothing unbeknownst, that's, nothing untoward, that's for sure. We were told that you were one to perhaps procure certain goods. Your reputation is impeccable. Can I make a charm test?
You certainly can. Give me a. Use your background, Highborn. Well, if it is,
Yes.
Yes. Give me a
Yep.
charm test at +10.
Yes.
Alright. He sort of eases up somewhat. He sort of looks like he sort of, sits forward now rather than sitting back cautiously. Alright. You have me interested. This is our line of work. I apologise for the mess on the floor. Some bartenders can't keep their businesses in solid order. So, what sort of goods are you looking to acquire?
My master is known to one of your clientele. Gullian, I believe his name was. Gullian came into possession of some trinkets that we're most interested in. Perhaps would you be able to arrange an introduction to your supplier?
I normally, yes, I have a supplier, but normally my way is to the introductions to me. I obtain the goods that you're after. If I gave you my supplier, then of course you'd cut me out of the deal.
We have a few spare favors that we can get rid of, but we would really like to talk to your supplier firsthand. Who knows, there might even be opportunities for work in the near future, if you catch my drift.
I can see where you're coming from. However, under normal circumstances, I would rather do a deal the conventional way first. Once I'm happy that you're on the level, then I may introduce you to Holthane. One of the other guys sort of, when he says that, he says, I mean, my supplier.
Kangoro slams his hands down on the table and says, "Don't try and buff me off, boy."
I raise my hand. I raise my hand and place it on Kengo and on his shoulder, and just touch him lightly on the shoulder.
He sort of is still working out how to react to your sudden outburst. He stands up, sort of dusts his clothing a bit. Of course, we don't have to do business. I've got plenty of clients. If you're worried about my methodologies.
Okay. I'm going to use telepathy to send him a thought, a word.
Okay. So
psychic power.
Yep. So
I believe that one is at willpower.
Yep. Are you doing it fettered, unfettered, or pushing?
I'm going to use push.
Says the black orb in your.
No, I'll just do the normal, which is just fettered.
Yes.
And sorry, I'll just need to put down my character sheet. Hang on.
Okay, so you got a psi rating of 2. So
I get an add, and I'm holding my psi focus,
Yep.
which is the lighter,
Yep.
which adds me another +10.
+10. Yep. So you're at +20 total.
And that's just straight willpower. I don't think that's minus or anything like that.
No, so it's your willpower +20, and he's resisting with his willpower.
Yep.
So
No problem. So
make your roll.
you just put the plus in, don't you? +20.
Yep, that's right. Did you make the roll? It's not coming up.
Yeah, hang on. Just trying to get it to come up now.
Alright, no worries.
Yeah, it's not. It's not coming up. It's so you just click on the willpower,
Yep.
and then you just use is it just 20 or plus 20?
Plus 20. Or you can just use the dice roller thing at the side.
Which is what's the code for that again? Backslash.
I mean, just on the left hand side, you can click on the dice, and then just pick up advanced roll. There you go.
Ah, yeah, seen.
Is that working for you?
No.
Alright. Should we just roll it?
Oh, here we go.
There
Here we go.
Okay. So, that'll be a... Okay, well, it's done it against... Okay, so but it should be, I guess, minus 20 to get it to be against your willpower plus 20. But that's right, you've succeeded anyway with a roll of 20. Or 25. However, I would like you to roll me a D100 as well.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
His head explodes. Yes.
One roll D100.
Yep.
No ads.
63. Alright, so... at the moment that you... so, first off, what word are you sending out of interest?
Well, I can send a couple of words, and what I'm going to do is send sit down.
Okay, no worries. So as you
Yep, so I assume you're doing a perils.
yes.
So I can modify that at twice my side rating, I think it is. That's sanctioned ability. So I can move it up and down by like one result, pretty much.
Yes. So 63, you can actually go to. So your options are everything within 2d10 meters falls upwards. A shrill keening rings out in the immediate area, shattering glass, and forcing every living creature to pass toughness tests to be deafened. You can be assailed by unseen horrors and slammed to the ground. Or, for a split second, everyone within D100 meters gets a brief glimpse of the warp.
No.
They all
So
suck.
tempting. They're all so tempting.
Question. I've got a talent, Deny the Witch. Does that apply for any of those?
It does. Which
That's-
is
I think that's if for mind control.
I guess.
Oh no. You can do a willpower test and you just ignore the power.
Ooh.
I think
yeah, but
something
it
like that.
won't stop the effect from going off.
Yeah.
It just means
yeah.
you stay on the ground and everybody else leaves to the ceiling.
Yeah. I will say, like, when you channel the power, you feel like normally you have control of this power, but you feel like this tug from the orb that sort of loses your control of the warp. So which of those
Okay.
horrible?
Because I was going
things
to
of your
say,
life-
I didn't roll doubles. What happened? All right. All right. So I've got everybody lifts into the air.
Yep. A keening howl which deafens everybody and shatters glass. You can be assailed by unseen horrors which slam you to the ground. Or everybody sees the warp.
I think the howl.
Yep.
Each character radius except the Psycho himself must take a Fear 1 test.
No, so this is Banshee Howl. I've got
Oh, sorry. Well, Warp Ghost, sorry.
Yeah, no.
Banshee Howl.
Yeah, shrill keening rings out in the immediate area, shattering glass, and forcing each living creature to hear it, including the Psyker, to pass a toughness test or be deafened for D10 rounds.
Yeah.
I deny the witch. At least I'll try.
Well, you can do the talkie. I'll just pretend like everything's okay.
Oh wait, no. Toughness. Oh shit.
I
No,
deny the witch.
I didn't do very well.
Is it toughness?
It's toughness, and I failed by 1. God damn.
It's just straight toughness? No modifier?
Well, hold on a sec. Are you? That's Deny the Witch, which is a separate trait, isn't it? Separate talent.
It's a talent, yeah.
Yeah. So we're not making that. He hasn't said if you decided definitely the Banshee Howl is what you want to do.
Yeah. I think the Banshee
Yeah.
Howl. I think throwing everything to the ceiling would be a shit fight,
Okay.
and I don't think we should make everybody glimpse the warp for a split second.
Yeah. You don't want to
No.
be slammed to the ground.
Yeah, no, not
Okay.
really.
So everybody, give me a toughness test, and if you fail that, give me a D10 to see how long you are stunned for.
I
We'll
did
just
not
test-
the witch.
Did somebody roll a
Alright.
1? No, it's a D10.
Yeah. So I rolled 21. So
I
it's
fail.
20.
Right. I better check for our mates here.
And it's 1d10.
1D10.
Yes.
Alright, so.
Yeah. I am unfazed, like a
Okay.
boss.
So Skinner
Roll 12.
fails. And one of his guys succeeds, the other one fails. So Skinner is deaf for 4 rounds, and his mate is deaf for 6 rounds.
Is he
But he
stunned or
does
just deaf?
just deafened.
Okay.
Mind you, there's a lot of people. Most people here drink out of like sort of wooden tankards, but there is some glass in here which shatters as well. Everybody sort of screams at the sudden.
Yeah, I'm
Horrible
gonna have
howl.
to react at this point,
Yes.
which is essentially grab the shotgun off the table and blast the closest guy point blank. As far as I'm concerned, it's an attack on us.
The closest one is Gold Collar.
pleb.
That's
He
FYI.
means
No,
this guy here, I assume. Yeah.
This guy here, yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're going for violence. Let's have initiative rolls, everybody.
That's plus our agility bonus.
D10 plus your agility bonus. Yep.
So
Uh.
plus 3, 8.
Just make a note of yours, and I'll
11.
ask you for him in a second.
Oh yeah.
10.
So plus 4 is 7.
Okay, so let's just see. All right, Darius, what'd you get?
7.
7 total.
Yep.
Okay, Goro.
Actually, no, sorry, 6. Actually, I realized I'm playing the wrong character.
Okay, no worries. Goro.
I got 10 total.
10 total. I'll need to find a way to automate this. Lucius
12 total.
and Lars.
11. Damn it.
I think it's sort of fitting that Mike's going first. Just saying.
Man, I totally wanted to use command on those guys. See if I could just get them to do what I want.
You can
Oh,
still
wow.
do that after one gets ripped in half by a shotgun.
They'll listen.
Well, they're more likely to listen, maybe.
It's true. They're more likely to listen when they're not deaf.
Okay, so Mike, you're up first.
Okay. Picking my combat shotgun up off the table, I just open up.
Yep, no worries.
I'm going to do a single shot though because I'm actually quite a poor shot.
Okay, no worries. Give me
Is
an attack
this
roll.
is this close
Luckily,
range?
they're very large bullets.
So you are 6 meters from your target, so I would say yes.
Okay, so the scatter quality comes into play here as well. So 6 meters.
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna be a mess. Okay, let's do this. So, having a look here, scatter. So this is short range, gains
Yep.
plus 10 to hit.
Yep.
Plus, being short range, I get a plus. What to hit?
Plus 20, I believe. It's gonna look really bad, and people are gonna say,
Yeah.
"Oh, I thought you guys knew your system." Mike, you're the rules lawyer.
No, I
here.
think
Yeah, it's been a
I
while
think-
since I've read this.
point blank is 30, and I think close range is 20.
Yeah, so that makes it 30 all up.
Yep.
And it's just a single shot.
So plus 10.
And plus 10, and I'll spend a half action to aim first.
Okay. You need your half action to pick it up.
Ah, okay. Well, in
Yep.
that case, no,
Fire
half
away.
action, pick it up, shoot at close. Well, pretty much close range.
Yep.
It's going to be a roll at plus 40.
Yes. Do it. It's a miss.
Okay. No.
That is absolutely
point.
shocking.
8 point.
You whip
That
it
is
up
spectacular.
and you put a.
No, I'm going to spend a fate point.
Oh,
now.
nice.
That
Okay.
that guy deserves
Good
to
plan.
That guy deserves to get ripped in half.
All right.
10 bucks is.
Oh, there you
like
go.
10 bucks is
There we
higher.
go. Okay, you've hit. You've hit him in the leg, I believe.
Okay, well, kneecap for a kneecap.
Yeah, it's
All
it.
good.
Left, right leg. So give me a damage roll, please.
Okay, damage of this weapon. I'm glancing at this thing you've given me here.
It's in your sheet, by the way.
Is D10 plus 4, so.
Pen 0.
11.
Okay. So he has 6, so he will take 5 wounds. Okay, so next up is Lars.
Do
Okay.
some more psychic powers.
Now that I haven't got control of psychic phenomena. Okay, so I'm going to use my microbead.
Were you deafened, by the way?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, no. So you
Oh
did
god, yeah, that's going to be. Who was deafened?
I
Mike
think
and
everyone else.
Well,
I was.
no, Kangoro, you denied the witch, didn't you?
No, no.
That was
Kangoro.
That was Darius.
Kangoro got 1. He's deafened for 1 round. Darius denied the witch, so he's fine. And Lucius is deafened for 4 rounds?
Yep.
Something like that.
Yeah.
3 rounds.
3 rounds. So, yeah. So the shotgun blast comes as a complete surprise. If you don't hear it.
Oh, it just falls over.
No, he's still up. He's taking a solid hit to the leg, but he actually, as the pellets tear away his clothing, you can actually see they've got concealed armor underneath their clothing.
Okay. All right. I'm going to stand up.
Yep.
And with my arms, like just sitting by my side, but with my hands facing towards the leader.
Yep.
I'm going to activate the red dot sight onto his chest. Red dot laser sight onto his chest.
Yep.
And just eyeball him, and then raise my other arm across to is it who hasn't shot yet?
Goro and Darius.
Darius over.
Yeah. So I'm going to gesture to him as a free action to hold, and then point at the leader and point down to sit down. And do you want me to roll like an intimidate test?
You can give
or
me either
like
command or intimidate, but I'm going to give you -10 because you're relying entirely on the
gestures.
Gestures and the threat of violence when violence has already ensued.
Yeah.
And the fact that they are it's affecting their disposition as well, which is not fantastic right now.
That's right.
Well, I used charm.
What a shock!
That's right.
What?
You charmed them from instantly violent to almost instantly violent. You did improve their position, sorry, Goro, but yeah, like any provocation, I don't know, a keening wail of psychic energy followed by a shotgun blast was likely to tip them over the edge.
I don't understand. Why didn't that little bit of flattery make them
Even it out. So what was that again? So that's so command is
-10 command or intimidate test, whatever you prefer.
intimidate is by strength and command by fellowship.
If you want, you can use
You can use willpower for
willpower
intimidate.
for intimidate as well. Yeah, because this is you're not really exerting physical force, so you're using that sort of "don't try me, boy" sort of thing.
All right, cool. All right, that's cool for me. So -10.
Yes.
So 35 is the number to beat.
feeling lucky?
Ooh!
Yes. Sit your ass down.
All right.
I think it also adds the fact that I told him to sit down and then I actually gestured him to sit down.
Yep. He was actually he was in the process of starting to sit down when the keening whale went off as well. All right, Goro.
I guess I delay.
Okay. Let's see.
I do nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, this ganger here in the top right, the one that was shot, despite the direction, and because he's also deafened, he decides he's going to charge at the person who is who shot him.
Shooting him.
Yep, and stab that person with a sword. All right, so. So guys, you just roll hit. You do the hit thing on the sheet, don't you? Give that a try. No modify. Okay, so he's charging. So.
Okay.
All right, here has. Why didn't that roll? Try it again. Okay, it's not working. We'll try it the old-fashioned way. He has hit you brilliantly in the chest. Alright, with a normal sword.
Yep.
For a total of 6 damage, no penetration.
Okay, well, my toughness and armor is 6.
Okay, alright, so you shrug it off. Alright, so Goro, did you want to step in at this point?
What I do is I hold my hand up.
Yep.
And basically like hold my arm out at like arm's length at this ganger here.
Yep.
And then just like I'm like fully extended arm. Anyway, so that's just what I do.
Okay.
And
So you're
like,
gesturing for him to stay where he is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Give me either a intimidate or command test. I'll give you a +10 on this one though, because you've already the dominance already been established over their leader.
See, it says 37 plus
Yeah.
10, 47, so it should be minus, so I should have got 27. Is
Okay.
that how that should work?
Yeah, well, effectively, you roll 37. What's your command or intimidate?
My command is 40.
Okay, so that's fine. Okay. All right. So that guy there, he will delay at the moment. He stops unless there's any more violence. So, Kane.
Yes. It looks like mostly people are getting subdued, so I don't know how movement exactly works here, but would it be possible for me to spend a half action to move into cover here? I'm happy if it doesn't.
Yeah. So you basically your agility, I think, is 40 something. Is that right?
No, it's 35.
35. Okay. So you can basically go 2 squares as a half action.
Okay. That's 1, 2. Is it actually? Could I take cover? Can I move diagonally?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to then move here, I guess, taking up cover behind the table.
Yep.
And I draw my gun. That's pretty much all my actions.
Okay.
Can I just ask you an environmental question?
Yes.
How's the rest of the bar doing about this?
Well, they're pretty much making.
I know I forgot about them because we're on an empty screen here, but
Yeah, they're making a hasty retreat because of all the stuff that's gone off. Those that weren't deaf and heard the shotgun blast, they are running out the front door, basically. The bartender's dropped down behind the bar. Alright, Skinner will hold his action as well. So, well, he basically complies and sits down. Alright, Mike, there is still a guy in your face.
And he's still attacking me?
Well, he did. That was his last action, was to attack you.
Blam.
Yeah, would it count as point blank range, or are we
Yes.
in melee combat now?
No, because he has taken melee, so it is melee combat now. So,
Okay. I will. Is it free action to drop a weapon?
Yep.
Yes, it is.
I will drop the shotgun.
Yep.
Half action, draw my warhammer.
Yep.
And brain him.
You do love that hammer.
You mean to take a
Brain
plus
away.
10?
Does it have a name?
Let's see if I can get this. So it's plus 10 to hit because it's just a standard action. And that's it. Did that roll? No, it didn't. Okay. Nah.
No. Okay. Alright. Lars.
Okay, so I'm still like I haven't broken eye contact with the leader.
That's right.
I'm going to flip out my lighter and
Yep.
light up a low stick and just not pay any attention to what's going on behind me and
Okay.
delay.
Okay, no worries. Goro?
Oh, so cool.
I am crapping my pants right now.
I look at Skinner and then gesture to. Oh, fuck no, he's deaf, isn't he?
It is a pain in the ass.
This is round 2, by the way, so... Goro, your ears are
Okay.
finally cleared.
Yeah. I point at. I point over this thug's shoulder at Darius.
Mm-hmm.
I get his attention and get him to look back at Darius,
Okay, that's all.
just so he knows that he's outgunned.
Okay, no worries.
And then, can I take a sidestep over here?
Yep. It's a half action move.
Just give me 2 seconds.
Wife aggro.
So while he stepped away, do they have like Overwatch or readying like a full aim action on something or?
Mike, you're more the...
You can take a full action to aim.
Yeah.
And there is Overwatch. Like Overwatch does exist as a role. So you can set up for it and sort of go well.
So basically, as soon as he moves, you can shoot him if you want.
That's
Yep.
kind of what I'm thinking of doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You've just eyeballed in on his head.
Yeah.
Like, I bet you haven't got armor there.
That's basically what
your
I'm
head.
thinking,
So I move over to here, extend my arm, and fire a laser, seemingly out of nowhere.
Okay.
I love digi weapons.
Nope.
Forearm
It's,
mounts.
Oh, no,
mounted.
Forearm mounted? Oh, we're both rocking forearm mounted.
I'm assuming the guy that's attacking Lucius.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it just a D100?
Yeah, it'll be a D100 now.
plus 10.
Plus this is standard plus 10 for a standard attack.
Or is it minus 10?
Well, minus 10 effectively if you want to, because if you do that dice on the left hand side, yeah.
Nope.
So, and does he get a plus 30 point blank or plus 20 for short range?
Well,
Alright.
actually, no, you're right. It'll be plus 20 for short range. So,
So minus 30.
yep. So that
So
would
it'd
make
be
it,
34.
make it a roll of
34.
Yeah.
Still not good enough.
Okay, no worries. All right. Well, that guy who is being attacked with a warhammer is really trying to stab you now, Mike.
Yep.
Yep.
That's okay. You can try. You can try.
Oh, don't get Righteous Fury.
And that will be a miss. Swing and a miss.
Okay, good.
There's
Alright.
lasers flying over him, there's hammers coming at him, his knees bleeding out.
Okay.
And none of his mates are helping him, they're all just sitting in chairs.
Well, he's deaf. He doesn't know that.
So the second ganger loses nerve now, and he is breaking for the door. So that's a move, Darius. Are you planning to shoot him for that move?
Blow him away.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Alright, give me the attack roll then.
Alrighty then.
Alright, you don't get the
is that-
plus 10 because you're on Overwatch.
Okay. So does that get any benefit of an aim or
Yep.
nothing?
So you've aimed for a full action, so that's plus 20.
Okay. It's an accurate quality weapon,
So that's another
that
plus 10 when you're aiming.
Yep, cool. Let me roll
I'm glad
more
that you
dice.
guys know how to fight. I'm fucking useless.
You say all the right pretty words, you know, and then somebody unleashes the warp and totally messes it up for
Okay,
you.
that'll hit him in the leg as well. So give me a damage roll.
How appropriate. That's 3 degrees of success, so I get
Yes.
to add an extra 1d10 for an accurate weapon.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Alright.
Booyah.
That's just that. Does that not calculate that damage? Huh. I thought the character sheet had.
It's got a
you
damage
just press
thing.
the hit button.
Yeah,
It says.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I just clicked it just then. It doesn't give you any option to increase it in any way. Ignore
Yeah.
that roll.
Yeah.
Great, I'm making roll
Um,
like a damage again.
Yeah, no, it's weird. It's asking me for an input value and modifier 0, but nothing else is coming up. So, if you guys aren't seeing any rolls, I guess I'll just do this.
Two on the left hand side, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hey, Righteous Fury.
Yep.
So
Okay,
that's-
so give me a D5.
Harry, you better start thinking up of a really cinematic way of this guy's leg getting blown off, and like he falls over and hits the table and hits the ground and screams and sprays blood everywhere, and I'm just gonna sit there stone cold,
Did
just
you,
So
let
roll
this
the
shit go on.
you didn't roll
so-
extra D10 damage, by the way, either.
Yep, and there's another D10 coming.
Okay, so that'll be give me a D5 for the crit as well.
Oh, is that? Oh, that's right. Righteous Fury knew this works differently.
Yeah.
So ignore that second D10.
Yep.
How do you roll a D5 just in the commands?
Just roll a D10 and do it. You know, do it the way
Just
those
call
characters
that
use
8
real
off.
dice do.
Just call the
Okay,
8 off.
so 3.
3. Okay, so you took him already. You already took him to -7 with the damage, and I'll put that critical on top of that. So that will make it a -10,
Oh, shit.
which should probably be. And this is with a. Is this impact? Can't it say conventional?
Yes, it is a impact.
All right, let's turn to our. There we go. The hit rips apart the flesh of the leg, causing blood to spray out in all directions. Even as the target tries futilely to stop the sudden flow of vital fluid, he falls to the ground and dies in a spreading blood of gore. Such is the agony of the target's death and his terrible screams that drown out all conversation within 2d10 meters for the rest of the round.
We're all dead.
As the shot goes off, I turn my gun as hopefully as visibly as possible towards the leader. I just give him a look. Just try.
Just try me.
All right. All right. So Skinner once again is not moving, not doing anything. Lucius.
I will attempt to brain this guy with my warhammer.
No worries.
I will do an aimed shot.
Yep.
And just try and smash him in the face.
Are you actually aiming for the face?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
'Cause they aren't wearing any like their mask offers 0 armor, by the way. So
Try and smash me in the face, but if you get somewhere else, you'll be happy with that too.
it's a warhammer, you know. It's
Okay,
Roll
so
please
it's
do.
a hit in
Boom.
probably the arm, I think. Or maybe the torso.
22 will be a torso, I believe. 22
The
is
leg.
no, an arm,
Yeah.
left arm.
Left arm.
Yep.
Okay, so it's a hit in the left arm.
Yep.
And I'll roll the damage with the standard D10. So the only reason I'm doing it this way is because this weapon's got proven.
Yeah. Okay. So, and you've got 1 penetration on that one, don't you, as well?
1 penetration.
Yep. So
Yep.
that'll be takes 5 wounds. So that puts him right on 0. So he is out.
And it's a concussive weapon as well. So
Okay.
he's probably definitely out.
Yep. So, all right. At this point, combat stops because Skinner is offering no further resistance.
Smart man.
Okay.
So he's made all day.
Look, yeah. So we end with one guy screaming on the floor, blood in a 2 meter an expanding pool. Harris is looking down the barrel at the leader.
Yep.
And the other guy has just been like smogged with a warhammer and thrown a meter to the left, and is unconscious on the ground.
I will
And I'm still eyeballing and smoking.
Yes.
I will grab the unconscious guy,
Yep.
and I'll drag him over to the table, and rest his head on the table with
Yep.
my warhammer just sitting on his head, holding him there.
Okay.
Sure. Do you want to hit a pause here?
Um,
Will we go into the conversation? Or
I think we'll do the conversation first.
okay.
Yep.
Do you mind if I
I-
speak?
Yeah. I now raise a finger. Once you guys have come back, I raise a finger and just like gesture for you to continue talking, so I can continue smoking my cigarette and keeping the red. And I turn the red light off my the red dot laser sight off
Yep.
my concealed weapon.
Yep.
Now.
He's looking at you expectantly.
Now that we're alone.
Now,
So I assume at this point the bar is empty.
Edric,
Yes, except for the bartender who's sort of looking like just wearily looking over the top of the counter.
Martin is like, oh my god, what just happened? Now, Edric, you're going to tell us everything about whole thing, was it? And if you leave anything out, we're going to kill you.
All right. Zach's Holthane is his name. He's a trader in goods. He runs he runs a sort of a shipping factory out of an area called Three Stakes Rest. He lets us know when there's goods to be moved. We find a buyer and we organise sale, send in the payment, take our cut. He's
How do we get into Three Stakes Rest?
it's in the lower hive. It's only a few levels down, but yeah, it's out of the hive proper. He's pretty smart, Halthane. He's got people, and he knows how to look after himself too. He'll see you coming if you try and shoot your way in.
You're going to arrange an introduction for us.
I can do that. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You better not try and cheat us.
Can I scrutiny to see if this guy's full of shit?
Give me a roll. I'll give you a +10.
Boom, boom, boom. Alright.
Can I also do that as well?
Yeah, sure.
Seems legit.
Yeah, me too. Actually, can I do a fate point to do that?
Sure.
Marginally better. Not enough, so.
Alright.
Oh well.
Yeah, I can do that. But I need to know when you want to meet him, and I need to. He's going to want to know who you are.
We told you. This is my master, the Volk.
Okay. So I'll tell him that. I'll tell him that the Volk wants to meet him.
And we would like to meet him as soon as possible. Preferably when the next shipment is due to come in.
He's going to ask me for what it's about. Like he's going to want to know why you want to meet with him directly.
Tell him that we're big buyers, my boy.
All right. Look. I need to get a drink from the bar first, or else he's going to know that if I talk to him like this right now, he's going to know something's up.
Okay.
Edric, my boy. We'll take your knife as payment. Call it collateral.
He begrudgingly puts it up on the table.
You better not pass. You better not tell him anything. You better not let him off, or else. And with that, I'll smash this guy's head open.
Okay, no worries. I'll make a note on your subtlety score here. Okay.
Subtlety. We're gonna kill him afterwards. Who's he gonna tell?
There's no one else in the bar. Get the bartender.
Yeah. Oh, the barman. We're gonna kill the barman.
I'm that crazy.
I haven't even said anything at this point. Just eyeballed, let people crush heads.
Don't worry. I'm sure Kangoro will play PR.
All right. So he goes to the bar, provided no one shoots him while he gets up to do so. And the bartender gives him a drink to sort of calm his nerves. He hasn't got a problem with anyone standing by him while he makes the call. He makes the call. You get the impression that he sort of gets somebody else who's not Holthane. It has to be like he sort of says, "Oh, you know, it's Skinner here. I need to talk to Zax." And there's some muttering from the other end. Eventually, he talks to a person there, and the voice you hear is, I guess, educated is the word I'd use. I mean, this guy's like noble-born, so he's got, you know, a bit of education too, but he's also, you know, sort of young scum, so sort of person that drops out to pursue his own goals, whereas the person there sounds like a clever and canny individual. That being said, they're speaking in a sort of almost like a street cant, so it's like a sort of hive dialect sort of thing, where you can pick up the majority of what's being said. Like you can get the gist without necessarily understanding all the words. So from that basis, you can tell that it doesn't sound like Skinner is something out. He's definitely trying to organise a meet for you guys as prospective buyers of gear. You know, like basically saying, you know, you want to buy in quantities or the sort of goods that he wouldn't normally, you know, that Zax want to deal with you directly on. And Zax sort of indicates that, okay, yes, there is an upcoming shipment that you could be, that, you know, these buyers could be interested in, but he wants to meet with them. He wants to meet with you first before he's prepared to commit to selling you the appropriate goods. So he basically tells Skinner to give you the directions to his location, and says basically, you know, you can come at once.
Can I use I was going to say, can I use like a common knowledge underworld to see if he's tipped them off at all?
Yeah, sure. Give me a roll. Plus 10.
Oh, okay, plus 10, then I win. Yes.
Okay, so you don't get the impression he has. Certainly, you would say that this is the most real shit has gotten for Skinner in his life. And so he's not thinking of how he can, you know, turn this to his advantage. He's just trying to get out of this one alive at the moment. So it's not in his style right now to be trying to and he actually, to be honest, he did a pretty good job of coming across as legitimate, and, you know, there was no nervousness in his voice once he had a drink. Yeah, he was able to make it sound like it was exactly what he wanted.
As far as he knows, we are legitimate buyers who are like serious fucking. Yeah.
Don't mess with us.
Yeah, that's it. Well, you fired first, obviously, so.
Alrighty. Well, with that, shall we? Are you happy to break now, or?
Yeah. So when you, what I want to know is what do you want to do with Skinner once you decide to leave?
Shall we let him go, boys?
Ooh.
The problem is if we let him go.
Yeah, I
Oh.
Hello?
So Chris, you just dropped off there. Chris, your fantastic new headphones are playing up. All we can hear is your voice every few seconds. No, we've lost Chris.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
okay, there
we
he is,
can.
yeah.
Okay, good. Alright, so yeah, so no, I like him as a meat shield. Sorry.
Do sanctuaries come down here? Do they come down to this sort of
This
level?
part, yes, they do.
Cool.
Well, maybe we just hand him over to the sanctuaries.
Well, they're really only
do we
interested
not,
if his
or
oath
do we not
cogs
trust
out of
them
order.
enough?
Well, they're only really
Well, I
interested
would-
if his oath cogs out of order. I mean, other than that, I'm really not getting the impression they care about anything else. So
Yeah, and like, wouldn't that blow our cover? Like, You know, like we've come out as like buyers of illicit goods. If we're like handing people over to the cops, that's not
Yeah.
great.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's,
if it gets seen, or if there's somebody who's dirty in the cops, and it comes out that's like, oh, one of your guys just got handed in here by some people, and they'll be like, really?
Nah,
Some people are about to have a meeting with.
I would, I'd like to step up to him and just tap him on the cheek and say, "We were never here." And I'd like to roll a cord an intimidate.
Yep, no worries. Give me 20. I'm giving you plus 20 for the circumstances.
By the
Sounds like
way, I'm
Darius is a
picking
man.
through the gory remains of the guy's head, collecting his teeth.
Alright.
Oh, that is horrible.
Yeah, two gold teeth.
Am I allowed to use willpower as that stat?
Yes, you can.
Sweet.
Sounds like Darius is a man after my
Yeah,
own heart.
yeah. I don't think you're really intimidating physically. You're like, all this shit's going down.
Oh, nice roll. Okay.
Oh my god, he's gonna go home and be he's gonna go home to his mother and apologize for shit that she doesn't know that he did.
Like, say, killing his brother.
Yeah, killing his brother. I'm really sorry about that.
He will
So, I'm
actually
gonna-
take the rap for this one and lower our subtlety.
I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to reach forward and pick up my, what I can only assume now is blood-stained mask, after old mate's head's been exploded.
Yep.
And I'm going to reach forward and take a hold of the sword, whilst eyeballing the whole time, and then drag it across to my side.
Okay.
And I'm going to just turn around and start walking out before anybody else leaves.
Alright. You have a power blade.
Yeah.
Well, I've got.
We also go.
I take that, and then I leave.
Alright. So, I think we'll do a quick break here.
Okay.
So, Smokey, have you
I'd
got
I'd like to just quickly, before as we walk out, make a quick cursory glance over the corpse and see if they have any ammo that I can just quickly snipe.
They have stub automatics, or not automatic, auto pistols.
Revolvers?
They've
Oh,
got auto pistols. So it appears that their auto pistols are standard ammunition. It must have just been Skinners that had the weird stuff.
okay, and I'm gonna take that nice sword which he tried to stab me with.
The one that the one that got killed. Okay, so that's a sword. It's a sword. It just looks nice.
I'd like to take the two however many auto pistols there are, and I'll just
Two.
strap them to my leg. Cool. All right, I'll take both. Unless anybody else, and I look towards the rest of my colleagues and I gesture politely. Eh?
Anybody? So what was it? Was that a power knife? Did you say?
A power blade, which is a power knife, basically. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Radio.
For a second, I thought you got like.
I never bet.
For a second, I thought you
Never
got a power sword. You know, like what the hell? This is the first encounter.
I didn't even say anything.
I think you came off alright with that.
Yeah, radio. All right, pause.
Okay,
Cool.
so go get drinks, go to the bathroom, etc. Meet back here when you're ready.